Hi, good morning, Manandar. Today we are going to discuss about the third chapter, transportation. I mean that the circulatory system in the 10th class biology. So once again I repeat, today we are going to discuss about the third chapter, I mean that transportation or the circulatory system in 10th biology. So today, especially today, we are going to concentrate on that today's objectives. Today I would like to explain the objectives like how to draw the internal structure of heart in an easy manner for better understanding and easy to learn for the conceptual understanding of cardiac cycle as well as the internal structure of heart, how to draw the picture in a easy way, easy manner. That is the objective of today video. Next, apart from that, how the cardiac cycle or mechanism of heart functioning. So, functioning of a heart or the mechanism of heart, it is also called as a cardiac cycle. Next, apart from that internal structure of heart and the cardiac cycle, we would like to differentiate between the human heart four chambers. I mean that right atrium, left atrium differences, right ventricle, left ventricle differences. Next, auriculoventricular valves like tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Whereas coming to the arteries and veins, structural and functional differences. Apart from that, the valves which are present in the arterial valves. Arterial valves means pulmonary artery and aorta. So the valves are two kinds. One is AV valves, auriculoventricular valves like tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Whereas coming to that, the arterial valves like pulmonary artery and aorta valves. So today we are going to focus on that how to draw the internal structure of heart in a easy manner. Next, cardiac cycle or mechanism of heart. Next, the differences between the right atrium and left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. Tricuspid valve and bicuspid are also called as a mitral valve. It is also called as the AV valves, means auriculoventricular valves. Next, pulmonary valve and systemic valve or aortic valve. So both these two kinds of valves are called as aortic valves or arterial valves. Next, the structural and functional differences between arteries and veins. Next, apart from this, the textbook page-wise questions and think and discuss. So these are the objectives we are going to focus and try to learn these concepts. So coming to the first foremost thing is how to draw the internal structure of heart. So let us take first. So this is the outline structure of just the internal structure of the heart. It's very easy when compared to textbook diagram. But in the previous video, already we discussed about the clear information of cardiac cycle. So today, once again, we are going to recall, and today, once again, we are going to discuss about the same concept, internal structure of heart and cardiac cycle, for better understanding. See, this is called as a superior vena cava. Superior vena cava. This is called as a inferior vena cava. So obviously, through superior vena cava, from head and neck portion, the deoxygenated blood or impurified blood should collect through the head and neck and hands and legs, obviously through this superior vena cava or pre-caval vein, inferior vena cava or post-caval vein, respectively towards to atria. That is called as a right atrium. Right atrium. From there, with the help of the valves, that is called as auriculoventricular valves, like tricuspid valve, the blood rushes to reaches the right ventricle. So this is called as a right atrium, right ventricle. Next, once the blood is coming to the right atrium, through the contraction of this right atrium, the blood reaches to the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. Immediately coming to the left side, it is called as left atrium and left ventricle. So once the blood is coming to the right atrium from all the body parts respectively through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, which opens into right atrium, Next, coming to the tricuspid wall to through tricuspid wall to right ventricle, right ventricle. At the same time, from the left side, left atrium also contraction. So both the right atrium and the left atrium, both the auricles are contract at a time. So the oxygenated blood from lungs to heart, from lungs to heart towards to heart means veins. From lungs means pulmonary vein, which carries the oxygenated blood. So respectively, from right side of heart, we are having a deoxygenated blood. Obviously, the left side of the heart is having the oxygenated blood. So when the oxygenated blood is reaches to the left atrium through mitral valve or bicuspid valve, the oxygenated blood pushes to left ventricle. See here, both the atrias are contraction when the blood is reaches to respectively right atrium of deoxygenated blood, left atrium of oxygenated blood from the lungs and here body parts. So once both the atriums are contraction, the blood rushes to reaches to ventricle position, lower part of the heart through respectively the valves. Then the atrias are relaxed. Now the blood is in the position of both the ventricles. Here, through the right ventricle, one of the blood vessel arises that leads to both the left lung and right lung. So this blood vessel is called as pulmonary artery. The blood vessel which starts from the artery is called as artery. It leads to lungs, so that's why it is called as a pulmonary artery. So here the deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle, it leads to both the lungs, right lung and left lung respectively. Afterwards, here the oxygenated blood in the left ventricle through this aorta, it goes to the head, neck portions, and it comes to the lower part of the left ventricle. It arises another blood vessel is called as a systemic blood vessel. So this is the way the blood is flowing in our human heart. So once again, see, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava open to right atrium, pulmonary vein open into left atrium. So through tricuspid and bicuspid valve, the blood with contraction of these both atrias, the blood is flows to the ventricle position, respectively right ventricle and left ventricle. So right ventricle pump the deoxygenated blood to the lungs through pulmonary artery, and the oxygenated blood pump the aorta, which supplies the total body parts. So here this is the mechanism. But when the blood reaches to the ventricle, the atrias becomes to relax. So now the blood is in the ventricle position. When the ventricles are trying to contraction, the blood try to goes to upward direction, but the walls which are present in the auriculoventricular walls, which are present in the both the right atrium and right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricle, they have to close, and we listen the sound loud sound lub. Next, when the blood respectively goes to the ventricles to arterial, I mean the pulmonary artery and aorta, the ventricles comes to relaxed position. Now the blood is again coming back, trying to come back, but the walls are closed to prevent the blood in a backward direction. Then we have to listen the sound, dull sound, dum. So this is the cardiac cycle and the internal structure of the heart we discussed in the previous video, and today also we are going to discuss about the same topic. So I mean that finally, one contraction and relaxation of the atria and the ventricles. One contraction and relaxation of both the atria and the ventricles are called as cardiac cycle. This is also called as contraction stage or phase is called as systole. Next, what do you mean by diastole? Relaxation phase of both the atria and the ventricle is called as a diastole. So finally, one contraction and one relaxation. One contraction and one relaxation of both the atria and ventricles difference is called as a cardiac cycle. So how to calculate the cardiac output? For example, approximately an average adult healthy person, the heartbeat nearly per minute 72 times per minute, for example. So per minute 60 seconds, nearly 72 means it takes only 0.8 seconds. So each systole and diastole, it takes nearly the time is 0.8 seconds. 0.8 seconds. So cardiac output is cardiac output we can measure through the formula of the stroke volume of heart by heartbeat numbers. The stroke volume of heart, the stroke volume of heart pumping the blood by the heartbeat numbers. This is the cardiac output. Next, coming to, so now we have completed the how to draw a easy way of internal structure of heart and cardiac cycle mechanism of heart and right atrium, left atrium differences, right ventricle, left ventricle differences. So right atrium is bigger when compared to left atrium because of this is the opening part throughout all the body deoxygenated blood. Obviously, when compared to left atrium, this is the big one. Next, when compared to right ventricle, left ventricle is bigger one because of this is the part, this is the ventricle which can supplies the total body, oxygenated blood supplies to total body. So the right atrium is bigger than the left atrium. Next, left ventricle is bigger than the right ventricle. Of course, when compared to left part, right side part is bigger one. And when compared to atria, the ventricle walls are thicker because of it can tolerate the high pressure of blood which can rushes to come down to the atria to ventricle. So this is the difference between right atrium and left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. Here the tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. So this is the difference. Next, the septum which can separate the both the right ventricle, left ventricle, and whereas coming to the right atrium and left atrium. So this is the difference. This is the septum, another septum which is present between the atriums and the ventricle separation. So this is the right atrium, left atrium septum. This is the right ventricle and the left ventricle septum. And this is the septum which can separate the atria to ventricles. So this is the difference between right atrium, left ventricle and left ventricle, tricuspid valve and bicuspid are also called as mitral valve. So these valves are located in the atria to ventricle. So these valves are called as auriculoventricular valves. Auriculoventricular valves, when they have to close, we can listen the sound, lung sound. The valves, when the valves are closed in the arterial valves, means pulmonary artery and aorta valves closed, that sound is called as duck sound. So the valves which close the atrial valves, we can listen the duck sound. The valves which are closed the AV valves, auriculoventricular valves, means tricuspid and bicuspid valves, we can listen the sound lung sound. So this is the sound of lung sound of heartbeat. Next, coming to arteries and veins, the structural and functional differences. So actually we are having the two types of blood vessels. One is obviously the arteries which carries the oxygenated blood in the blood vessels from heart to towards to body parts. Obviously the second one is the veins which starts from the endings and towards to heart. These are called as veins, but the veins are subcutaneous, just beneath the skin or under the skin, but whereas the arteries are deeply seated because of the if any injuries are happens, the deoxygenated blood will last means nothing will happen, but the oxygenated blood will last means it's a severe damage, so that the arteries are always deeply seated, whereas coming to the veins are subcutaneous. And what is the difference between arteries and veins in the structural point of view? So now we are going to see the structural differences, structural and functional differences of arteries and veins. So this is the structure of artery. So when we are take the transverse section of the artery, TS of artery, so it is having the part elastic fibrous coat. Why? Because the heart pump the blood through the arteries, mainly aorta and systemic artery, throughout the body parts, so that the high amount of blood with high blood pressure, the blood flows in the blood vessels like a peristaltic movement in the esophagus, like the blood flows through the artery. It is having the small hole, that means that is small inner radius, that part is called as a lumen. It is having the elastic fibrous cord. Coming to the two veins, they are having less fibrous. I mean that it is a rigid blood vessel, it is a less rigid blood vessels, and here tough fibrous cord, this is called as elastic fibrous cord. The lumen is more. Why? Because they are having to travel towards that against of the gravitation force towards to heart. So that is having a more lumen space. So this is the structural differences of artery and veins. Now come to the textbook page wise questions. Textbook page wise questions. So first of all, you have to focus on that artery and veins. In which blood vessels are found? What do you think is the function of the walls in them? So in which blood vessels the walls are found? What do you think is the function of the walls in them? So actually, before coming to the question, the walls which are present in the heart, that is called as auriculoventricular walls or atrial walls. Of course, the walls also present in the veins. See, for example, this is the leg muscle. So this is the leg muscle. The veins arise from the bottom portion to travel towards the heart. So this is the veins. So the veins travels towards to heart, so that the walls are present in the veins to stop the backward flow of blood. Suppose when we are relaxed portion of our leg muscles, the blood is trying to pull down. In that particular moment, the veins can prevent the blood flow of backward flow, so that the walls are present in the veins, but it is absent in the arteries. Why? Because the heart pump the blood with high pressure, so that's why there is no prevention of blood with the help of walls. So walls are absent in the arteries, but veins, the walls are present. Next, coming to the next question. Why do subcutaneous blood vessels bulge on the side of the away from the heart when the hand is tied? For example, see, this is the activity given by William Harvey. William Harvey, actually in the 17th century, I mean that 1600, actually 1665, 1674, the Robert Hooke and Anton van Leeuwenhoek, who discovered the microscopes of their own microscopes, and they have to discover the cell of bark cell and live cells, respectively, Robert Hooke and Anton van Leeuwenhoek. But before that time, before the invention of the microscopes, like compound microscope, the William Harvey conducted a simple activity, and he revealed that how the arteries and veins are work, and what is the differences between the arteries and veins. Okay, this is the activity which was done by the William Harvey. So what did he done that activity? Means just he has to tie the hand with a hard substance. For example, see. So for example, just we have to catch any hard material, and we have to apply the force of the hand, and we have to observe the veins, and we have to tie the hand with a tourniquet or a handkerchief. So when we are tying this, when we are tying the cloth, automatically the veins are bulges to opposite of the towards to the heart, I mean that the veins are bulges here. So the arteries are bulges towards the heart, because of that arteries are began from the artery. The veins are starts towards to that artery, towards to that heart. Okay. So now coming to the first question, actually, in which blood vessels the walls are found? The walls are found in the veins. what do you think is the function of the walls in them? Actually, the wall which are present in the heart are the veins of the leg muscles. The function is same. They have to allow the blood in only in one direction. One direction. Next, why do subcutaneous in the sense the veins? So why do subcutaneous blood vessels, I mean that veins, bulge on the side away from the heart when the hand is tied? So actually, when the hand is tied with a tourniquet or a handkerchief or a shirt, the muscles are bulges, the veins are bulges away from the heart. Away from the heart, I mean that this portion is bulges, the veins are bulges away from the heart. The arteries are bulges nearest to the heart because of the arteries are travel. The arteries are arises from the heart. The veins are travels towards to the heart. So this is the opposite direction. Opposite direction. Next, the deep-seated blood vessels means arteries. Already they are given in the brackets. The arteries bulges on the side towards to the heart when tied. What do you understand from it? Actually, heart pump the blood through the arteries. So that the bulge which occurs in that heart side. Next, there are walls. There are walls in the heart between atria and ventricles. Is the purpose of the walls in the veins of and the heart is same? Yes. Where the walls are present in the heart or in the leg muscles of the veins, the function is same. Yes, it allows the blood only in a one-way direction. Next, arteries are deeply seated in the body, whereas the veins are superior or superficial. Why? Why? Because the arteries carries the oxygenated blood, so that it is deeply seated, whereas coming to the veins are superficial or subcutaneous because of it carries the deoxygenated blood. Next, with the help of this table number 3, we have to identify the arteries and veins differentiation in a clear manner. See, the thickness of walls. Actually, arteries are thick and elastic fiber. The veins are having a thin walls and having the walls. Next, walls are present in the veins, absent in the arteries. Next, capacity to retain shape when the blood is absent artery, because of it is having a elastic structure. If you have to press again, it comes to their original position because of can retain the artery because of the tough because of elastic fiber cord. This is having a tough fiber cord. Next, direction of blood flow, heart to organs, arteries, body organs to heart is called as obviously veins. Next, pressure in the vessels, high pressure in the artery because of the blood jump to the arteries. Next, type of blood transported, oxygenated blood in the artery, deoxygenated blood in the veins. Next, the type of blood carried out in pulmonary. Actually, pulmonary artery is deoxygenated blood, whereas pulmonary vein is oxygenated blood. So with the help of this tabular form and page-wise questions based on the William Harvey activity and the structural diagrams of tears of artery and tears of veins, we have to conclude that the clear differences of arteries and veins, these are the two types of blood vessels. Obviously, distribution of the blood to body parts and collecting the deoxygenated blood from body parts to heart. And the heart is a pumping organ which pumps the blood through a cardiac cycle or mechanism of heart. Next, we are going to understand about blood capillaries and the blood vessels and circulation by the other scientists. This we can explain in that another next video. Thank you, children. Thank you very much.